Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be looking at how to use Zoom part 2. So this is part 2 of a two-part video where I'm going to show you what else you can do where Zoom is concerned. So in part 1 we basically downloaded Zoom and we set up certain areas in it. Today we're going to be looking at how you use it now to conduct a meeting or to host a class. Meeting or class, any one of them. So we have downloaded it. I have downloaded it on my desktop. So I'm going to go to my desktop and double tap on it to open it. When it opens up, you're going to sign in with the same email address that you had signed up with. So you will have to click on sign in. And then I'm going to type the email address that I had signed up with. Alright, so when it opens up, you will see new meeting, join, schedule, share. So, say you have a class Monday at 10 a.m. You can schedule it, so you'll have to click on schedule. You can change the topic of the meeting to maybe if it's a class, you could put the name of the class, but I'm going to let mine stay at what it is, what is in there now. And what you will notice also are the things that you had selected in the last video, except for the start date and time for the meeting. So that you will need to adjust. So I'm going to change the start date to Monday, which is March 1, and I'm going to change the time from 10 p.m. to 8:45 a.m. For the duration, I'm going to change it to 2 hours and 0 minutes. Then if you notice, there is an indication there to say your Zoom basic plan has 40 minutes time limit on meetings with 3 or more participants. So we're going to put it to 45 or maybe an hour. And then click on save. If you even put it to 2 hours, it will cut off at 45 minutes. What you'll have to do is rejoin. And then if you have to rejoin a third time, you do that in order to cover your 2 hours. So if you have to rejoin 3 times to cover your 2 hours, then that's what you have to do. If you have bought the plan now, then you will have unlimited duration for your meeting or a class or whatever it is you are using Zoom for. So after you have adjusted your time, your date, and so on, you can look to see if there's anything you'd want to change. And when you are through, you'll click on save. So it is scheduling the meeting for you. If you notice, it is taking you to your Google sign-in, and from there you can send it via email to the persons who you want to invite to the class or meeting or whatever it is you are going to be hosting. All right, so this is just confirmation, just to ensure, well, it is used to basically, they want to ensure that the person who is using the email is actually the person. So if you recall from the last video, I told you that you'll have to go into add guest and add all the email addresses of those persons you want to invite to the meeting. So I'm going to just select one person, and then I'm going to change whatever it is I need to change. Remember, the email has all your information. You could change the notice bell from notification to email. Remember, again, you can change the minutes. You can adjust the minutes in terms of how long you want to wait to send it out. And then you can click on save. Send anyway. All right. When you are through, you can go back to your screen, your Zoom screen, and then you can click on New Meeting.
This meeting is being recorded.
Alright, so I have some space issue, so it is telling me that some of the meeting may not be recorded. Alright, so in terms of your meeting, since it is not time as yet, you can always log in and just put in your, what should I say, your settings. Alright, so start video. Remember in our first video, we had checked the box that says do not show video. Well, you can show it now if you want to show it now. You can also mute yourself if you want to mute yourself, and in doing so you simply click on it. If you notice, I just clicked on mute and I am now muted. If I want to unmute myself, I will click back on that same button. It is the same thing with the start video. So it basically operates like an on and off button. You click on it to turn it on, you click back on it to turn it off. So after that, you can go to participant just to see a list of persons who are in the meeting. Nobody's in my meeting as yet because the person I sent the email to has not yet picked up the email to join. Chat, this, when you click on this, you are able to send a message to everybody, or you can send a message privately. So if anybody else is in the meeting, you will see an option that says private, and you can click on that person and send that person a message. So where you see type here, that's where you will type your message to whoever. So when you type and click on enter, it will be sent to everybody that is going to be in your meeting or class. Share screen. With the share screen, you have to ensure that what you want to share is open. So I'm going to open a document, and please do not have something that you do not want to be shared open. Only things that you don't mind people seeing, you should have open. So I'm going to just open a file. Or something random. Alright, so when I go back to the screen, I can click on share screen, and this is what we use when we want to teach. So say for argument's sake, I'm using Zoom to teach a class, and I want to teach from a PowerPoint, or to just teach using a document. I will click on share screen, and then I will click on the document that I want to share, which is this document. So I'm going to click on it and then click on share. So right now you will see that my screen is up and they are seeing it, right? Whoever are in the class or meeting or whatever it is seeing exactly what it is that you are doing right now. Right? So whatever it is that you are doing while you are talking and while you are doing whatever it is on the document, or saying whatever it is that you want to say regarding the document, they are seeing and hearing every single thing. When you are through now, if you notice, a bar is at the top with everything. The Zoom window is now small and looking like a bar at the top of your screen. So when you're through, you'll select stop share, and then you're back to your normal regular screen, and you're seeing my picture because my video is off. If my video was on, you will be seeing me. All right, good. So that's how you go about, basically. That's how you go about sharing something in your meeting. Alright, so if you notice, a while ago I clicked on the three dots that are at the end of my screen. If you notice, you will see invite, mute all, and three dots. The invite is basically to invite other people to the meeting. If you desire to invite other people to the meeting, you can click on the mute all button so that when they do come in, they are not disturbing you. And then you can always unmute them because options are there to unmute people. So when you click on that three dots now, you'll see ask all to unmute, so you can tick that. And a message will go out to those persons who are in the meeting, saying that you are asking them to mute themselves. You can tick the button yourself by muting all participants upon entry, so you can mute them automatically. So when they do enter your meeting or class, they are automatically muted with this option. And you can unmute them if you want, right? I will give them the option as well to unmute themselves. So if you mute them and then you want them to unmute themselves, that option is there to give them that opportunity to unmute themselves if they desire to. Suppose they want to share something with you. It would be good to have that option to unmute yourself so that you can share what you want to share. Allow participants to rename themselves. This allows them to change the name that comes up when they enter the meeting. So right now, my name is Kerry-Ann Reid-Simpson. And if they desire to change their name, the option will be there. When they right click, they can change their name, or they can click on that arrow that I just clicked on called more. And then if you notice, enter a new screen comes up. Enter a new name, screen name comes up. And then I can change my name if I want to change my name. So let me quickly show you an example. So I'm going to change it to Mrs. Reid-Simpson and select OK. Now, when you look back on my name, you'll now see Mrs. Reid-Simpson as opposed to Kerry-Ann Reid-Simpson. So that's where you go to rename. Also, you can edit your profile picture. So if you want to change your picture, you can also do that from there as well. Let me go back to that three dots and look at the other options. So play sound when someone joins or leaves. That is annoying and can be annoying. But if you want, you can tick that option. But I decided not to tick it because to me it's annoying. I don't want to be annoyed. Enable waiting room, because we had selected that option in part 1, it will automatically show that in here, and lock meeting. So these are the options that comes up under the three dots. All right, there's a reaction button right beside pause and stop recording, so you can also stop and pause your recording if you want to do that as well. Let us click on the reaction section. If you look in it, you'll see some reactions. So if in a meeting somebody says something and you want to clap the person or give the person a thumbs up, whatever it is, you can click on the reaction button. Whatever reaction you want to give or send, you can click on it and it will come up. Also, when you look under security, you will see all the options that the participants are allowed to partake in. So they can share their screen as well. They can chat. So if they want to utilize the chat, they can do so. They can rename themselves. Like I told you, they have the option of doing, because we had ticked that option. They can unmute themselves as well. Right? So all the other options that you saw before, you will see them under the security section of the Zoom window. Alright, so if you want to set up your video and audio to have very good quality, you can click on that arrow that is right beside start video, and this one will allow you to go to video settings. So when you want to set up your video setting to have certain quality, you will have to click on video settings rather, and then you can change all that you need to change. And by the way, the settings options are on your left side, so you can click on each tab and set it up accordingly. Alright, so where the video is concerned, usually you're encouraged, well, if you want to have quality video, you're encouraged to tick the boxes that says original HD. So you're going to ensure that those options are ticked. Mirror my video. Always display participants. Always show video preview. So you're going to tick those options, and these are what you have to tick in order to have very good video quality. Enable HD, I didn't tick that. That's one of the things that you have to click on, right? To have very good quality. So the options that are there, I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to change anything else. Then you can click on audio, and you can select certain options there as well to ensure that you're very clear and audible and all. Alright, so when you look at the volume section, you notice it is a little dot is there to show where it stops. You can turn it up if you want to turn it up. You can turn it down if you want to turn it down. Alright, so there's a box that says automatically adjust microphone volume. You can remove that tick, and by doing that you are able to change the volume to wherever you want it. If you want to turn it down, you will just click on that little round button and drag it down. If you want to turn it up, in Jamaica we say if you want to buck it, you turn it right up. Alright, but usually I leave it in automatically adjust microphone volume, because when you do that, they adjust it accordingly. And then you will select the option that says automatically join audio by computer when joining a meeting, so that you don't have to be setting up that after you join the meeting. So we set up these things to have it run automatically when the time comes. Another option that you would want to tick is to mute your microphone when you're joining the meeting, and then you unmute whenever you need to unmute. You don't want to be saying anything that you don't want anybody to hear. Alright, so I'm looking to see what other options are there that we would need to change. Alright, suppress background noise, auto, leave it in auto. I wouldn't change it, I would leave it right there. So I ticked all that I think I needed to tick. There is an option that says advanced, where you can also go and do further setup if you need to. I remember in part 1 I didn't show you the recording section, but in here you can go to the recording section and set it up if you didn't set it up in the video before. Well, before, you know what I mean. So I'm going to click on recording and just quickly show you what you would normally do. Alright, so the option that says record video during screen sharing, you would click on tick. Choose a location for recorded files when the meeting ends, so you can tick that, and then you can choose where you want it to be saved so that you can retrieve it at the end of your meeting. Record a separate audio file for each participant who speaks. You can tick that. Suppose you have persons doing presentation and you want to record them. This option would be a very good option to select so that it will record them when they speak, and you can also retrieve it at a later date, the recording that is. Add a timestamp to the recording. So you have other options there that you can tick if you need to tick. Place video next to the screen recording in the recording. So you have so many things that you can do where Zoom is concerned. You set it up however you want to set it up. Alright, so when you are finished having your class, you can click on the button that says end. And then it will say end meeting for all, or you can just leave the meeting. I'm going to end meeting for all. So when you end the meeting, it will convert your meeting, your recording convert meeting recording, so that you can always go to your saving location wherever it saves it, because Zoom automatically creates a folder on your computer to save all your recordings, and this way you can retrieve your recordings, send it out to whomever you want to send it out to, as maybe proof, or for persons who missed the meeting, you can send it to their email. All right, so I'm going to wait until it has stopped converting, and then I'll show you exactly where my Zoom recordings will be or is located. It's taking a little while, but we're almost there. Alright, so where it is located is in Documents for me. It's in Documents and a folder in Documents called Zoom. So when I open it, I will see my recording. So when I'm sending my email, all I need to do is go to with my attachment, of course, click on Documents, then Zoom, and I look for the recording. And if you notice, it is dated as well. So that's where you go about retrieving your recording. Alright guys, I'm going to thank you very much for sticking with me. Thank you for staying with me. I want to remind you to subscribe, like, share, comment, and please remember to watch the ads. Thank you guys.